Alright, hello, greetings. Thank you, Joyce. Nice broadcast. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension. This is the rain edition. I don't know if you hear it. It's going to rain all week and next week. It's not bad. Driving in it sucks, but I'll take it. It doesn't just rain, it downpours, so something different. It's like nobody knows how to drive in the rain, apparently, so yeah, that's the scary part about it. People hit the brakes while you're just minding your own business in front of you, and while you're driving, it's like, that's the crappy part about it. But other than that, it is a good vibration. So, yeah, so we're going to talk about earthquakes, I guess, and past life blockages. Let's see if I can connect to anything with yeah, there's a lot of Illuminati energies with earthquake energies. Basically, there is a transition. Even they get a wake-up call that things are on their way. So they're not always aware of what's going on. Nature takes its course. Even they can lose their power. So, yeah, Mother Nature can really go in their face. They can go in an alien's face, and that's human consciousness doing its thing. I believe human consciousness, humanity as a whole runs the show. You might think there's these people in charge. Yeah, we put them there, however you want to look at it, but we're still in charge. We're running through their energies, can take care of the fort as we lose our, can you babysit us as we figure ourselves out? So, we're going to connect to more Illuminati energies in the positive, basically, of releasing old ideas, old knowledge, old TV shows, like The Simpsons. Yeah, I guess I'll be a feature video. The Simpsons needs to be canceled because all of that programming is, predictive programming is over. So I don't know when that's gonna happen, but it needs to, it needs to be sliced and diced. Yeah, it's basically I know this is like way off project. Well, it is connected to Illuminati energies. Basically, Illuminati puts their information there. The show itself is kind of docile, kind of lost its way, and that's kind of the point. It's sort of so they can get the stuff in. So if it's ultra creative, they'll say some of their programmings, they're like Trump being president, it won't make any sense if you have real artists in there. They're phoning it in now. They've been doing it for over 10 years, 20 years. Damn. They just ruined it. 20 years of yikes. So let's see here. With the earthquake energies, that did alarm a lot of Illuminati controllers of that their destiny isn't always 100%. It's kind of a reminder to them that they can lose control themselves, and so that they can be replaced. Obviously, it's not something they hear about very often, but it does exist. So it's something that they're taking very seriously because they can see their little control system come to an end altogether. Is the Epstein in jail? That's a perfect, that's a sign of the times. Now, the whole thing with Epstein might take like 10 years or for things to really start to show themselves. But you never know. Is it going to be a mass arrest and everything's going to be changed? There's going to be arrest of some kind, but it's hard to say. This whole mass arrest situation, the world's going to get better, is not a fairy tale, but just either way. Let's see. Message from the archons that are running our reality, our timelines, is that humanity can never always be defeated. On this, a lot of alien beings feel like they can take over humanity and destroy it. They've done a pretty damn good job beating the crap out of it. A lot of alien beings believe they can conquer humanity on this world and others and fully succeed. Obviously, they have not. Yes, they might have a major influence here, but we're still in control, even if we're giving our power away to everybody. But still, we're still in control in the long run, even if it doesn't seem like that way. Well, we're still here. Still have hands and arms and feet, and so they have not. So many beings want to either get rid of us altogether or replace us with somebody else. And that was the idea in the past. There's always been scenarios of that. And so I believe we have won a lot of tests. And with like indictments and, it'd be nice if the media would find something better to do with themselves. But we've won. I think the earthquake has to do with just we survived another test. And we're getting what we were looking for, more peace eventually. We're heading in the right place. So those that are worried about, I'm not worried about any earthquake or hurricane or whatever. Obviously it's in California, but still, you just gotta live your life. Some that are worried have reasons to be worried. But that, the idea is to snap out of the third dimension and not, you have control over your reality. Well, yes and no. Probably mostly no, but you do and you don't. Well, you have control over your fears. Let's put it that way. Obviously, the less fear on this planet, the controllers have completely lost. No more holding on to the earth. And that's when the ascension really kicks in. Obviously, we're in the early stages of all this, but we are in a time of reawakening on many fronts. So, let's see here. Okay, there's an update real quick. ZionTour.com. I think it is. We have private sessions you can book here. I also have one-handed channel. Google Hands and Zoom channel by phone. Questions about 7 days for delivery. Same situation here. We have other channels and heroes I do recommend somewhere here. I have social network and greatness as usual. So thank you for your support. The rain's kind of distracting, but we'll survive it. Oh yeah. So yeah, I feel like the earthquake energies. Now we're gonna have future ones. Yeah, here and there. Nothing major, I don't think. I'll watch a big one hit tomorrow. I don't think so. So it's like the first earthquake. I think it hit before July 4th, something like that. Whatever day it hit. The first one hit. It kind of like a warning. Second one hit. We got our message out. Something like that. A warning that to those that need a warning. It's, change is on its way. Once again, I won't worry too much about it in the long run. For past life blockages. Now, obviously, the spirit world is not going to be very clear on every detail for obvious reasons. But some people out there feel like they had a famous lifetime. Some people feel like they were Jesus. Some people feel like they're Mary Magdalene. Those are always fun. It's like, okay, how many feel like they're Mary Magdalene? Raise your hand. A whole bunch of them, right? Doesn't mean you didn't have another version of Earth like that. It didn't mean you didn't have somewhere connected to that energy or a spirit guide of that being. So those that you feel like are famous in our past history, or those that are history that's pretty well known or not well known but in the history books, and you feel like you have a connection to it, you might have been that person, but Spirit's not going to tell you that. No. It might, but does it help you here? It might, it probably won't, but probably usually what lets you know the better. But there are many lifetimes here that people are realizing they are connected to people of the past. Buddha, many of the Indian gods, stuff like that. You might have been a spirit guide to many of them. Just a lot of connections that you'll start to unravel. So you feel like this strong connection, like to an Indian god, for example, most likely there is an intimate connection there. Maybe on this world, but other worlds, but still there's still a connection there. Even if you're very, like, your brother or sister of that entity, even like to Jesus, on in another Earth or another world, it depends on your connection. It's still, you're with Jesus or an Indian god of, I can't think of any right now. My mind's like, I gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning or something around that. Not thinking. So getting names is not I'm not gonna have that tonight. Maybe another night. But I think you got the idea though of yeah, their energies are probably with those beings. And as we awaken even further, because like Krishna, I think I'm getting them name. Yeah, it's these let those connections open up more. Krishna, any being, because that will strengthen your presence here. If it feels like a positive connection, connect to everybody that you feel like can assist with you here, because it is part of you in the long run, whatever it might be. You might understand it more, or you're Julius Caesar in the next lifetime, or Napoleon, or whoever it might be. In a past incarnation, let those energies come through, and then because like other versions of Earth, you see it in our media, Terminator, stuff like that, The Walking Dead, stuff like that. So we're just in a major turning point. That is, we're going to bring in other versions of Earth that make a little bit more sense to us, that'll help heal us. That haven't come. We're clearing out the dark first before the light could come in. So it's going to be a while, but more alien stuff from other versions of Earth. Other versions of Earth have already made alien contact, so those are going to be coming into our environment eventually. So, we're just, I guess in the next 10 years. But even before that, we'll start to feel stuff here and there. Yeah, just little items here and there, nothing too much. But then it's going to start becoming more obvious that the alien invasion is upon us. So we're still in very early stages of it, of course. We gotta clear out the crap first, as you can see. So, all right, see if anybody I can bring in. That'll bring any. Feel them in black here for some reason. I guess they have some kind of message for humanity. We'll bring in somebody that's a little bit more has more enlightenment to them. I'm gonna bring the men in black in for humor. Let's see what. Yeah, they definitely got a message. That's for sure. Alright, well I guess I'll bring in the Men in Black first. Apparently we're making progress here. It might be slow progress, but we are making progress. So, alright, one moment. And I'll bring in somebody to clear out their energies. Alright, one moment. Greetings, this is Agent N. What is happening is your society is making many, I would call it deals, to let go of your reality. Mm-hmm. Contracts are being signed, connected to, so you go into the next level of your existence. Now it's up to you where you go. But basically, the old guard is retiring. You see, your old Illuminati is retiring, and the new ones are coming in, and they're not so aggressive. The aggressive ones have had enough. You can say some of them, yes, I've left the planet, but also many have changed their ways. Now, it doesn't mean you're out of the woods just yet, as you can see. But ideas of those of your past that have caused difficulties, I mean, you're going to see alternative timelines become more clear in your mind. Like, for example, your O.J. Simpson situation. you're going to find that you're clearing out, you're going to understand the past a little bit more clearly. You might get a message out of nowhere. Why is this coming through? It's because you're healing the past. You're healing the locks. Like, we're using O.J. Simpson for example, because that's kind of like a hook into the past. Heal that, yes, your Hitler connections, as it is good for people to talk about World War II, to release the darkness. But as your YouTube has stated, they're not here to help anyone heal. The more conversations you have, the more new direction you can go in. So where you are basically bringing more positive alliances connected to your planet. And yes, the movie of your past isn't necessarily coming to an end, but it is clearing out the old ideas are clearing. And you're already feeling, you realize your ideas in your mind of your future is coming into your energy field on your planet. You are feeling it all through it. So your vision of the future, yes, some see the end of, well, that's where they are going. But most of you are here to bring a clear path. And that is where you're heading. Yes, it's not easy to get there, but you're going to slowly ride into that reality. Your aliens are coming eventually, but first you got to heal your old ways. Yes, healing the old ways is very important. Is how can you bring in something new if you're thinking about the old ways of existence? You might even find new ways of taking a shower. Yes. It's like you really want to disconnect yourself from the old world. And you don't have to kill the whole old world because you need that knowledge. Like, kill the ideas. Some people say kill the past. Like, well, if that works for you, you don't have to do that. Because you need the past to learn from it. If you disconnect from it, you might do it all over again. Don't you want to learn from your past? Or you want to do it all over again? Many are doing it all over again. That's for sure. You don't necessarily have to do that. So your UN is doing a lot of healing at this time. The old guard is obviously has not been let out of their cage. You know, the dinosaurs are still there. But realize also, yes, eventually your Earth become more, in your future, more cartoon-like, more bizarre, because you're allowing other dimensions to connect to your planet. Where yes, you can see a dinosaur roam around on your planet out of nowhere. You already see it here and there, but it's not. It's like you're minding your own business, and a dinosaur walks by. It's like, okay, so we got those now, huh? Things are just start appearing. Yes, you might not see where it came from. Doesn't mean you're going to have an epidemic of dinosaurs. We're just giving you an idea. You're opening your earth to new vibrations. You are setting yourselves free. And realize these are just vibrations, ideas, not your secret space program. As wonderful as that is a tool, is a teaching of trust yourself. It's mostly just trusting your own inner self. Now, some don't connect to it, and many do, because many are actually very much involved with that program. In a way that it is actually, yes, let me say, it's not really a secret, everybody's talking about it. But yeah, it is kind of still a secret, because you really don't know what the hell is going on there. So it's still kind of, it's still secretive. It's so secretive that many you really can't tap into it. You might think you know what's going on, but in truth you don't know shit. So we have to break it to you somehow. But yes, please keep trying though. Some of you make a win, hit a home run, but nobody's going to really tell you. So follow the vibrations that you feel is right to you. Even if it is someone's taking you on a ride to nowhere, realize those realities do exist somewhere in your astral. So you're not completely wrong. You might not be too right about the fourth dimension energies, but the astral dimension. Meaning there is knowledge within mythology that is helpful. Just not always clear of what the hell it means. Every alien society has mythology. As wonderful and perfect as they are, they don't have all the answers. So they have a mythology about your planet. You have a mythology about their planet. That's always going to be part of culture. Even the higher dimensions, well, technically they are mythology. Realize this. Many are going to find this painful, but many do prefer third dimension reality because you're disconnecting from all the alien BS and just living a simple life. You just get up, go to the movies. Maybe you go to the job every day, but hell, it's better. It's better than having, you know, Zeta beings appearing out of nowhere, and some just get tired of that. Some would prefer this simple life. Nothing wrong with that. You actually learn quite a bit in the third dimension. A lot of alien beings, even reptilian, everybody knows that everything has a purpose. The Pleiadians and their, why are many of them fourth dimension? Many of them are fourth dimension because of your world. And many just feel like that's where they need to be. They don't need to. The idea of ascension is you don't always need to ascend. Some people need you right where you are. Like your world. Your world, it took forever to get to this point. Is it really ascended yet? Not quite yet. But other Pleiadian worlds do have a task, and even if they do ascend, there's always another Pleiadian world that will take their place in the fourth dimension. Because it's needed. Not everybody can be in the 12th dimension, as fun as that looks. That gets boring. The third dimension is created to find more excitement, to grow. And growing, yes, is hell, as you can see on this planet. It does pull stuff out of you that you did not know you had. You might not see it in this reality, but you're here building the building blocks that is you. Realize everything does come to an end eventually, though. And your world is, it's going to go into a cycle of fourth dimension ideas are going to become more obvious, but not yet. And then, I know it sounds strange, but as you go more to the fourth dimension, many are going to actually miss the third dimension. Now, that's for those that where it worked out. For those that third dimensions worked out really well for them. So that's, so many healing levels you're going to be doing, and many that are connected a part of the ascension field. What we are connected to is right. What's not right for everybody. So a lot of those people call yourselves white workers are going to learn within yourselves too that respecting other people's, other individuals, and what feels good for them. So what works for you doesn't work for others, and it's going to be a hard lesson there. Because many say, "Why don't you want the fourth dimension?" And many will say, "Oh no, you guys are freaking nuts. Some of you are full of yourselves." There's a lot of energies there that aren't agreed on. For 4D, 5D energies, yes, there's a lot of know-it-all alien beings that you can't win a conversation with, and that's the same thing on your world. It's just at third dimensional level. Some 5D beings you just cannot win no matter what. They're just here for information. They're not here to really. Some alien beings that have, it's like walking encyclopedias. That's about all that there is. There's creativity there is very low, actually. But they are to give you knowledge to help you pull yourself out of the mud. Many of you are very good to go in the low vibrations, but many of you are very good at surviving it. Many of those that have a high intellect can't survive the third dimension at all. So expect in many of your lifetimes experience more of the fourth dimension you ever had before. Yep, you'll feel it. Some of you are feeling it now. It's going to power itself up even more in the next few years. Now your aliens are going to appear here and there. Some of you don't need an alien for your ascension experience. Some of you feel like you don't really need it. Not really. I mean, they'll assist you, but do you need one to show up in front of you? No. Some of you will ascend without alien visitation at all. You don't need it. You just go off and do your thing. So yes, you're getting assistance, but once again, you don't need to see them in the physical. So yes, of course they're assisting, but as you evolve, you're going to see different layers of reality. That some things you just never thought of before. And you have a clear view in your minds what life is truly about. Some of you are going to be really feel very strange. What happened to all the stress in my life? Obviously, you're not there quite yet. But some of you you're going to, as you go into 4D energies, some of you will have your life review in this life. You will just see things you never thought you'd ever see. Oh, that's what happened when I was a kid. That's why I went through that. Stuff will just come to you. That's technically a life review. It's a small, minute one, but it's still a life review. It's like, might as well. So many of you here that'll go to more of a christening of a 4D vibration. Many of you are going to ascend and leave this earth and not come back. So your version of ascension is different from others. Some of you is like, we'll just leave that with you with that version, what that means. But when you ascend, many of you are exiting when the time is right. And you're taking all this earth knowledge and you're going somewhere else. This world's calling me. That place is calling me. Spirit's calling me. Many of you will return to spirit, but you won't stay there. You're going to go other places. I mean, yes, you're always in spirit technically, but your energies are always going to. Somebody needs what you learned here. So when you leave here, you'll be going to other places. Like, my family needs me now. That's on another planet. So how this occurs is on your own terms, of course, not by suicide. That is when you stay on the planet. So you can stay on the planet without killing yourself. We don't recommend that. So that's trickster energies. But realize many of you, in the next few years, some of you feel more 4D vibrations. And you don't once again, you do not necessarily need an alien to appear around you. Now, for those that do need an alien to appear, is basically the idea to bring the alien, obviously for obvious reasons. The bringing the aliens is because the human population doesn't feel like it's ascending at all. So bring a couple of aliens in here. Maybe I can talk to them because I can't talk to humans worth a damn. So is that more just you need a friends, somebody to chat with? Nothing wrong with that, but it is very frustrating. So I can't connect to the human race, but I know I can talk to aliens and we all see eye to eye. So that's very frustrating because the memories of that are actually very clear, just not making sense. It's like, yeah, I'm on a planet of a bunch of just lost souls. But when aliens show up, I have a conversation, everything feels, like a new car smell. Everything feels great. So that is actually a past life memory on another reality. So many of you have been on alien planets. It's like, man, I am the most lonely person in the world. I can't get along with these people. Like Grand Palladium, I can't get along with these Palladians. Then the Syrians show up. Say, hey, how's it going, guys? So, or the Zetas show up, or somebody shows up. And that's what many of you are remembering. That's why alien ascension is so important to you, so you can bring back your aliens and have somebody to talk to. Somebody to relate to. That's what a lot of that comes from. Why it's like, hey, let's bring in the aliens right now. Just so basically you can BS with somebody. So your human collective obviously is in no form, in no hurry for ascension. Well, yes and no. It is learning from cabal manipulations. And that is a very serious lesson. And it is, yes, the Harvard of your universe. And it takes a lot of study. And adding an alien to it takes you out of that study. Studying the psychology of Illuminati manipulation is beyond words. Basically, you can't write it down. You have to experience it. So a lot of beings come here to learn from your Illuminati and how they pressure planets and how they do this and how they do that. How they manipulate the world, basically. That's why they're here. Oh no, I gotta pay my taxes, I gotta get my car painted, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Illuminati manipulations, done by consciousness, done by some of your Atlanteans, basically to draw out your planet. And it is a warning. You're not just, when you build anything, a house, or you're doing anything in your life, you're seeing the architecture of you along with. You're warning from other beings to grow yourself. You're testing yourself, challenging yourself, and it's like you're building yourself. You get you through your day, you're building you. You're building the version of you that you came here. It's like you have a blueprint of you, and so you incarnate in here, and so you're slowly putting yourself together. It's like building a house, but it's you. And so this is why people don't awaken, because they're in the building process. Obviously, it's another way of looking at it. So of course they're not gonna talk about aliens, all this. Like, screw you. I'm still in process. I'm still building, putting myself together. So of course I'm not gonna connect to this, but these cycles are, yes, going to start closing out on this world. Of course, many of them are going to go into other versions of Earth, and many of you are going to go with them to help them learn their. It doesn't mean you're going to be a physical being, but many of you will assist, because you've seen how their thinking is. Some of you will, not all of you. And you want to assist them in their own ascension if they ever want to ascend at all. Some don't want to ascend at all. So some of you have become parents and kids of these people too. Just to let you know. On worlds that are third dimensional, that they're not part of the ascension at all. So give you some insight to who you're all becoming. Everybody's different. There's no set schedule for each and one of you. Some of you change your plans, especially when you find out you have to go to another version of this planet. It's like, whoa, wait, what? Let's get this sucker over with right now. So, but many of you that are ascending right now, you know of your ascension, are going off planet, and you feel you're being pulled somewhere else. That is where you're heading. Blessing you. Yes, this is a different kind of connection from your Men in Black beings, but we are changing along with you. Blessings. I was expecting that. All right. Take care, everyone. Blessings. Have a great night. Take care.